Now, of course, the Saints just coming off of a pretty rough loss to the Maryville University. But spirits are not dampened whatsoever, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do up against the University of Waterloo. And we get to see something not goats, which is always a good start, but this is also Gibraltar, so I'm not 100% sure as to how effective the ghost comp is on this stage, or map rather. Okay, so Blaze and the rest of the Saints crew just waiting inside the door, cutting off that entry point instead of taking the absolute high ground. Damo taking out Singularity rather quickly. Let's see if Jub can get a snipe to answer. Not quite going to happen, though, at taking down Dowling in the Lucio duel. Now, the Waterloo able to get a decent amount of distance. Jub with the snipe on Damo, winning the Widowmaker duel. But incoming Winston charging down Jub. Going to be forced back as Singularity's taking some pot shots at him. Okay, Blazin jumping in right at the time he gets hacked. Unfortunate and great timing there from Cammy on that Sombra on the side of the University of Waterloo. Jub on a sniping spree, though, taking 2 down. Gonna stall this push from Waterloo, stop it in its tracks, and force a regroup. Now the rest of the Saints charging in, trying to get some damage onto the Ana, but D.Va coming in, Lact gonna make that difficult for them. Of course, a hack onto Afara means no flight, which is scary. Damo taking down Dowling, but Justy right there to keep them alive. The rest of the Waterloo squad is there. Don't touch me. Finds Ana. Going to push her out of the battle. Stop some of the healing there. But puts himself pretty out of position. Halo Angel taking down Jub up on the top area there. Justy trying to battle Mercy it out, but the Primal Rage coming out from Halo Angel. Going to be the nail in the coffin for that first point. Okay, Saint Squad regrouping. I do see a McCree coming out. This is a little different from Singularity. Don't get to see it too often. But I guess it could be an answer for Sombra, possibly. Stopping her jump-ins with the stun, of course. Right click, not quite finding the mark. Healer's kind of separated from the rest of the squad, but it doesn't matter. Blazin charging in, finds Cammy pretty quickly. Most of the Waterloo squad backing up. Blazin taking a lot of heat, though. He's going to have to get back so he doesn't have to burst his ulti, or use his ulti, rather. Beat getting dropped from this side of Waterloo with no real ults being used. So, not much value in that. Singularity finding a kill, looking for another one. Damo dodging. Jub going to take out the Lucio, though. Singularity just dancing on the cart. That's exactly what he's looking for, but unfortunately just missed the headshot. So gives Sombra enough time to teleport out of there. But that push is stopped dead for now. Gotta watch out, though, for Damo as he's trying to get some extra picks before this push actually starts. A lot of the Saints and taking some damage. Waterloo taking the left-hand side with that high ground. D.Va bomb coming in, going to be a little difficult to dodge. Blazin not able to get out of the way. Dowling barely getting out of the way. There is the beat drop, saving Jussie and Don't Touch Me from a last-second death. Waterloo pushing forward rather aggressively. Nice snipe there from Jub. Yet another kill. Damo taking down Jub, though, winning that Widow duel and putting on a lot of pressure onto the Saints defense, forcing them back, and that's going to be the second point captured for the University of Waterloo. Lact getting another one, charging down and taking down Justy. Singularity's in a rough spot too. These guys are diving them pretty quickly, pretty hard. And Saints in a bit of a rough position. Looks like Blaze gonna go down as well. Jub getting a nice snipe too. Or Damo rather. Saints looking to regroup. This point is usually pretty hard to hold, but it's all about this corner, and it looks like the University of Waterloo is just about there already. The hack instantly coming out from the Sombra on Waterloo. Primal Rage right in Don't Touch Me's face. Those guns just blasted him point blank, doing tons of damage. Lact going down as well. Just hear a nano boost onto somebody who ended up getting it. Might be Singularity as he's taken down 2. Never mind, that's actually the Sombra on the Waterloo side getting the nano boost, but didn't get quite any mileage out of it as the rest of the Saints are still alive. Okay, Cammy gonna go down. Justy actually taking care of that kill. Battle Mercy coming in. And Saints able to repel the push for now, but they still have over 3 minutes on the clock for this one. And they've already rounded the corner, so they've definitely got their work cut out for them, but definitely not impossible, of course. Okay, Blazin right there to meet the Winston, but oh, better hide behind a bomb. Oh my god, Lacked finding 3 of them out in the open. Huge Diva bomb that should, in theory, give him the point. See if Dowling can cause a pause, not going to do it. Nice Diva bomb coming out from Lacked to clutch that match out, giving them the full 3 cap with some pretty decent time left over on the clock. But yeah, there you go, to about 2 minutes, 30-something seconds. As of right now, I don't really see any sort of switch in terms of team composition. This is about the same thing that they had for the defense part of the first point. Of course, be seeing that Pharmacy do much of poke damage while Jub looks for the picks. And the tank line diving in with Dowling there for the speed boost, of course. But yeah, the Saints definitely got their work cut out for them. 3 points on Gibraltar is kind of difficult. Like I said before, not impossible. And if they do get it, can they beat the time of 2 minutes and 37 seconds set by the University of Waterloo? All right, let's get with it. Let's fly in the sky here with Singularity momentarily. And okay, Sombra coming from the other side, almost getting bombed out by Singularity. Nicely done. Looking for a shot, but everyone's kind of sitting back right now on the side of Waterloo. Almost a beautiful snipe there from Jub gets the body shot. And it's going to be scary. Widow versus Widow, of course. Very volatile. Who gets headshot first, basically. And then, of course, a hacked Pharah is a dead Pharah, so you better wait for that thing to time out, as the rest of the Saints are actually pushing the cart right under the bridge there. And Jub getting some work done with that sniper rifle, taking down Cammy. Able to get this almost around the corner. Now the rest of the Waterloo squad able to come in for backup. Damo taking down Don't Touch Me, but Jub going to answer it right away, taking down Damo. See if he can find another. He sees the healers. They're in his sights as the rest of the squad are battling just on the rooftops. Barely able to get a piece of some of these healers. But here comes Lack. It's going to make things difficult. Singularity now finds the healers. Don't Touch Me here to back up. Jub stopped the monkey from diving in. He's putting on all the pressure. He's almost got him down. Does successfully take him out. Jub still looking for that Ana. Just barely being evasive. Finally getting sniped out of the... or sniped on the high ground. Then Lact gets D-Mech, which should, in theory, be the point here for the Saints. Blazin and the rest of the squad going to lead this into the first checkpoint. So far, so good on the side of the Saints, but it's a nice purple from the Ana, but doesn't matter. She's going to get bursted down instantly. Blazin getting sniped, forced to go back a little bit. Jub finds Damo. Can he win the duel? He got 2 body shots. Singularity going to come in for backup. Take care of it. See if we can fly along with them here for a second. He found them up on the high ground. And that Winston almost bursting him down, but Justy is right there to make sure he stays alive. Barrage is ready alongside 4 other ults on the side of the Saints. I do hear a Primal Rage coming out. I believe that is not Blazin. That's on the side of Waterloo. Damo finding Singularity and Justy, though. The Pharmacy getting taken out of the sky. Though Blazin giving chase onto this Winston, but that snipe coming out from Damo going to shut him down. Forcing the Saints back here. The Winston peeking his head, but didn't quite want to face check Widow. Shoutouts for Jub Jub using the best Widowmaker skin. Shoutouts to StarCraft. Okay, they find Sombra a little bit out of position. Here comes a Diva Bomb, but it's in a bit of an odd spot. Actually, a bit of a miss there on the side of Waterloo. That Winston is nano boosted coming out from Waterloo. Big Monkey not really doing a heck of a lot of damage. A lot of the Saints are actually taking them down. Monkey down, Cammy down, and doweling right in the face of the healing line from Waterloo, just doing a ton of damage. Don't touch me in Singularity, cleaning things up. Going to give him the second point capture. That's just a matter of this last one, which is, of course, notorious for being rather difficult. Okay, these guys are just going to jump off to make sure they're not staggered. Wise, to be honest. May look funny as a spectator, but yeah, it's definitely wise to drop off the map if you can to make sure that you're actually with your team and not giving them an unintentional 4v6. A hacked Pharah is almost a dead Pharah, but of course no one was able to follow up as they were still respawning, so no big deal there from Singularity. Can he find a solid barrage position without any setup? Doesn't need it. He's going to just try and bombard Damo with rockets first. But Blazin goes down. Jub Jub went down, but is going to get revived by Jussie. Okay, that Zenyatta almost going down on the side of Waterloo, but instead of Waterloo between Damo and Lact are doing a ton of damage, taking 2 members of the Saints down, forcing a retreat. Definitely got to watch out for Damo as you turn this corner. He's been doing a pretty solid job on the Widowmaker so far today. Jussie coming in clutch just enough to keep that Diva mech of Don't Touch Me's alive. Blazin found the Sombra, but of course teleports out of there. Holding his own on the front line. This corner is just so difficult to get around, and there is the nano boost onto the Winston on the side of Waterloo. Beat drop coming out from the side of St. Clair to keep everybody alive, at least a little bit more, but the hack going to keep Blazin from shielding. He's going to go down. Jub Jub trying to snipe as many as possible, but here comes the snipe actually from Damo alongside a Diva Bomb. Going to force everybody back. A lot of the members of Waterloo actually getting extremely aggressive. Singularity going to punish at for that. There's the hack from Sombra, and then of course gets pressured, so teleports away. I think we're at about like a 5v5 or like 4v5 at this point, as the rest of the team are finally starting to respawn. Just a matter of getting around this corner has been very difficult for the Saints so far. Singularity bouncing in aggressively as Jub Jub snipes out Damo, but gets hacked once again, kind of stopping that in its tracks. Okay, looking for opportunity, but it doesn't need it. Don't touch me, blowing up in the background. Jussie's still keeping everybody alive, downing practically on top of the cart, keeping the rest of the members of Waterloo actually pinned into their base. Time to push that cart as far as possible, but Halo Angel keeping the cart in place by contesting alongside At, who is back with his Transcendence. Do hear a nano boost coming out once again. Here comes the Winston. Halo Angel coming, forcing the rest of the Saints to retreat. They do manage to get the cart around the corner, but now they have to get back around and get the capture within the next minute and 20 seconds. So far, they are not going to best the time from the University of Waterloo if they manage to get this 3 cap. So it's going to be a bit of a disadvantage if they do end up going into overtime. Damo, once again, getting the snipe onto Blazin. And Jub Jub has to reload, was only able to get a body shot on him. Okay, the Monkey diving in aggressively, trying to get the backline. He does find Dowling. Singularity also going down. 50 seconds on the clock here for the Saints to try and bring this to overtime. Okay, I do hear that McCree coming out, so the Pharah is gone. Going back to the McCree, didn't really have much success with it on the defensive side of things, but maybe he'll get a little bit more luck on the attack side. Here comes the Diva Bomb, and it's going to find the main tank, going to find Blazin right away. And with Halo Angel and Damo just on an absolute killing spree, looks like the Saints are going to go down. 20 seconds. They may have time for one more emergency push if they could find somebody to tag this point, which of course is around the corner. So that's a bit of a hard spot to try and reach in terms of emergency. I like to switch over to Moira last second. If they can get a fade onto the point, that could possibly keep them in this game. The overtime clock going in, and there is the fade, but she's going to drop right away. This one not quite looking so good for the Saints as the Transcendence comes out from the side of Waterloo. And Saints are dropping, unfortunately. And that is the final one. Clock is ticking down. Closest one there is Blazin. He's going to tag it, get slept, and get bursted. It looks like that is it for game number 1, with Waterloo taking the victory. And play of the game going to Halo Angel. We've seen him getting aggressive when he needed to, getting a lot of damage done onto the back line. As we see here, especially with the Primal Rage coming out, yeah, almost an instant triple when he activated that. Very nicely done.
I always hit my mark.
All right, so a bit of a shaky start here for the Saints. Obviously, a little better than what we saw versus Maryvale, but hopefully game number 2 here on Horizon, if this is the correct map. Hopefully this map will do the trick. Okay, so it is for sure Horizon as the next map. Should be starting momentarily, as it looks like the Saints are calling for a very brief timeout. So I will be right back as we wait for the timeout to finish. And then we'll get into game number 2. Stay tuned. All right, thank you for waiting. Game 2 is just about to get underway. Horizon, Lunar Colony is the choice here from, or not the choice, but is the one Set up by Tespa for the next match. Let's see if our Saints can bring it back. It's been a bit of a rough day for them, but still got plenty of time to turn this around. Let's see if they bring out. So far, it is looking like a GOAT's comp. And it is for sure GOAT's comp, which of course, for those who don't know, is 3 tank, 3 support, 0 DPS. Just being able to draw out fights extremely long and rely on their ultimates to do the damage for them. So more than likely, they're going to set up shop right up here on the top side. And then, of course, for those who do not know, this is a 2 control point capture map, where, of course, the Saints will be on defense to start things off. But then if the Waterloo captures the first point, they then move on to the second one, and they actually blitz the point by passing the high ground, going to force the Saints to move instantly. Don't touch me. Getting a lot of charge, though, with a lot of the damage from Waterloo going right into the shields. Orisa's gonna go down almost? No, not quite. She's still alive. Blazing main tank of Saints going down real quick. And it looks like this is going in the favor of Saints. Well, not in the favor of Saints, in the favor of Waterloo. With 4 members down, this is going to be a quick capture on the first point. So there is still the second point to defend for Saints, but they are not going to get back in time to try and get point A back. So 1 point on the side of Waterloo for now. Saints regrouping once again, probably expecting them to kind of blitz it again, similarly to they did point 1. And yeah, once again, bypassing point 1, or bypassing the high ground rather, and going straight into the point. And ults are now on deck for them as well, with the Moira coming out clutch, just melting through the Saints this time. Yikes. I have no idea how to explain that other than yikes. Can they get there in time? No. So an unfortunate play there for the side of Saints, but beautifully done from Waterloo with 2 blitz attacks onto both points. Getting both points with an extremely large time in case it goes to overtime, with 6 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. So what is the answer for Saints? Because they definitely need to get 2 points, but it's just a matter of can they do it faster or at least somewhat close. Because 6 minutes is a lot of time to have to go into overtime with somebody for.
Think you can keep up with me?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Of course, as always, big shout out to everybody tuning in from home, watching us online here or watching us on YouTube later. So with GOATs as the answer to try and get these points back, let's see how the Saints hold up as they take the left side. Probably going to try at this rate a relatively similar style, or are they going to go for the high ground? As Waterloo is there to meet him on the high ground, Damo with the snipe on the downling instantly. So a big member of their support line going down with Jub short to follow. This is going to have to be a retreat as 3 members of the Saints go down before they could even make it into that right corridor. Blazin charging back just enough. Still living. A couple of tank lines still hurt, but now the rest of the support is here. In terms of ultimate charge, Saints didn't really get much. Only a few of them with about a quarter full on ults. Meanwhile, Waterloo is probably at least halfway down with a couple. Don't touch me getting right-clicked by At with that huge charge shot. Damo taking down Jussie as well in the backline. We're probably going to see another retreat, but it doesn't look like the Saints are on the same page at that very moment. They start to fall back, and majority of them will live. Only the two who dropped earlier will end up going down. No other casualties, unless Blazin gets barely picked off. But okay, he will live this time. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock here for the Saints to try and at least get this first point and get some extra distance. And again, 2 more going down. Just this right side is not working right now. Damo just has that sight line on lockdown. And then Cammy's actually just going to blitz them. And gets, even though Blazin got the pin, which was a good pin, Damo just again there for the support. Very nicely done from the University of Waterloo. We didn't see that. Okay, so getting rid of the mine, getting rid of the free damage that could come out of that little mine, just as a damage over time effect. Okay, this time looks like Saints able to get around. Some of them are on the steps. Don't touch me. Finally leading the charge. Gonna finally breach this point with 1 minute 40 seconds left to go. But Meteor Strike actually coming down from Cammy, just going to stop Jub Jub from doing any sort of sniping on the sidelines. Transcendence keeping everybody alive on Waterloo. Lots of value from that ultimate right now. Singularity just about to drop, but barely staying alive. Blazin going down on the high ground as the rest of the Waterloo squad does dive the point. And I believe they do have some ults available as a supercharger getting dropped from Orisa. And with that damage, there's going to be multiple members of the Saints going down. Nicely done there from Dowling, actually dueling Damo to the point where Jub Jub gets the finisher. And it's actually a relatively even fight, but it does look like it's barely going to go into the side of Waterloo. But Saints got to be careful not to get too cocky here. Blazin's the only one on the point, with the rest of the Saints nowhere to be found, as they're still respawning. If there was some Waterloo members available, they could have blitzed them and essentially started a stagger. It seems like the Saints are not exactly on the same page tonight. Although they do get the jump onto Ad. Singularity going to find him and get rid of it instantly. Blazin gets the nano boost, and he's going to go and swing and taking down Halo Angel on the Orisa. Saints with 20 seconds left are probably going to get this second point, unless Waterloo has something to say about it, as they are right there. They could push it if they want to. I'm actually really surprised that they are not. They're going to give it up and go to point B. Singularity and Jussie snagging some kills, actually. Going to make them be able to blitz this point and possibly get a good position out of it. By Blazin's positioning, it looks like we're going to the high ground. We do have 4 ults available. One of them, of course, being the wall hacks there from Jub Jub's Widowmaker. Okay, incoming Diva Bomb. But no one's going to go down. Meteor Strike coming down from Cammy. Going to try and go for the support line, but the Saints weren't ready for it. They end up living pretty nicely. Lax is the focus of target here from the Touch Me. Beat getting dropped. Other than that, not really many ults going down. Here comes the Graviton. 3 of them all so low. Can they actually finish this off? Blazin finds one. Singularity takes down the mech. And now it's a matter of just cutting off the reinforcements. 1 tick down on the point, but it is still contested. Don't Touch Me almost going down, but Justy going to barely keep him alive for now. Transcendence on the point from the side of Waterloo, but Jub Jub's going to shut that down with the snipe right in the face. Nicely done. Even though Singularity's demeched, he's still fighting, trying to stay onto this point as long as possible. Get the mech in time. He does not. Black's going to stop him in his tracks, but he's at pretty low health as well. Dowling just about ready to finish him off. Saints are still on point, but it is still contested. Finally, no longer contested, and then that is 2 points ticked down. The emergency tracer are going to get blown up instantly, but there is also, of course, Cammy's Doomfist. Takes him down as well, and there we go. Saints do get the 2 cap. A little slower than the side of Waterloo, but it is at least a 2 cap. So we are going into overtime rounds. So once again, Saints with their work cut out for them, but at least That is a pretty decent amount of time, just under 3 minutes there with the 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Can definitely get some work done with that, but you only have so little room for error. Only got like maybe 2 or 3 retries at most. That is if you're not getting staggered till hell. But it's definitely awesome to see for this for the Saints fans in the Twitch chat and on YouTube to see that our squad is fighting back, keeping this close, especially after the rough one earlier today. So 3 tanks, 2 supports, and the Widowmaker, the choice for the Saints, as they have to attack again into the stronghold of Waterloo. And once again, Waterloo up on the high ground. They had some good mileage with it earlier, but right now the Saints seem to be able to get around with no one going down. Never mind, Jub gets sniped out by Damo. Once again, Damo doing absolute work today on that Widowmaker. Blazin', one of the only ones on the point, so he gets focused out pretty hard. And it looks like just under a tick going to be captured, but that's going to go away as the rest of the Saints are looking to retreat. And, okay, Singularity does get demeched, but can he get back safely? Not quite. Damo with the snipe. So, that's 1 try. We still have 1:50 on the clock here for the Saints to try and at least get the 1 point. And I believe they do get a tiny bit of time if they do end up getting the first point, like another 30 seconds or something like that to try and continue their push. Okay, 1:30 now on the clock. Waterloo back on that stronghold up on the top side. Okay, so far nobody going down from the Saints. Jussie keeping everybody alive alongside Dowling, and they're doing a decent job of it. Lack the first one going in, but there's actually a Junkrat with a rip tire ready to go. Can they take this tire down? They do, but Jub once again getting sniped out by Damo. Doing a very good job of winning these Widow duels and putting so much extra pressure onto the side of the Saints. Nano boost coming out from onto the Reinhardt, actually. Blazin' swinging away. He was purpled for a second, but that Transcendence coming out in perfect timing. The Shatter is ready. Will we see it? That Orisa shield's kind of in the way. Diva Bomb coming into the middle of the point. Not going to hit its mark. But Singularity actually finds one onto Nexified. Jub also getting a bunch of kills, and Dowling getting 1 more. So, after all that carnage that we saw on the point, the Saints are going to score the point with 30 seconds remaining, so giving them a minute left to try and take this second point, score another point. Lact is actually extremely staggered to at this point. He had to suicide off on this side to make sure that he isn't too far staggered. Shatter is the only ultimate on deck right now, and it is on Blazin's shoulders with 40 seconds left to go. He doesn't quite get the chance to pull it off, though. Does go down. Lots of the Waterloo squad just coming in, plowing through the rest of the Saints, and they're getting aggressive. They want to stagger. They want to slow this push down as much as possible with 30 seconds left on the clock. Jub finds 2 kills, actually, on the support line, but the Reinhardt's right there to pressure him. Watch out for the right clicks from Zarya, almost going down. Are the Saints spawned? Everybody is spawned, so they have 14 seconds. This is the final push to try and get 1 more point out of the deal. Can Jub find a pick to make this a quick 6v5 and possibly up their odds in this fight? Nexify finding him instantly. There is a Graviton on the doorway. Jussie trying to keep Singularity alive. The overtime point is going down, but Blazin is nano boosted once again. Did use his Shatter, but it doesn't look like it's going to do much. It does seem like they're not going to touch it. University of Waterloo doing a fantastic job of just zoning the heck out of the Saints in that point, not allowing them to touch it at all. So Saints do get a point, considering the amount of time that was on the clock. Getting the point is still at least decent, but that is a massive clock to deal with on the side of the University of Waterloo. So this defense has to be extremely clutch at this point. Interesting. So when it comes down to it, when they need to make probably the biggest hold they need to do, they're going for the 2 tank, 3 support, and get Singularity out on the Reaper. So I definitely understand why this pick would be solid, as there is so many tight corridors that just let Reaper blow those shotguns in an optimum range and get so much damage done to tank lines, especially since he got buffed to give him some more lifesteal in his attacks, making him survive way more than normal. And with Jub's Mercy actually coming out to give him a power boost on this attack, as long as they're in position, this could be deadly. And we're going to get to see it right now as they once again blitz the point. They don't bother with the high ground. They just go right to the low ground. We're on with Singularity. He does find a reset, but he doesn't get to Wraithwalk. I think he was down. But the res coming out from Jub, and it's going to come in clutch. But Reaper comes out for a second and then goes down. 4 members still on the point for Waterloo, downing the only one alive. And looks like this point is going to go down towards Waterloo's favor, meaning this about 6 minutes of time we're going to have here. Yeah, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. They need to not let them have a single tick of this point. Yikes. This is going to be difficult. The Saints are going to be extremely clutch, but the odds are definitely not in their favor. They blitz the right side, but this time the Saints don't bother with the high ground. They were already there waiting for them. The big wall coming out from a Symmetra of all things on the side of Waterloo. Don't touch me, getting focused, blown up rather quickly. Singularity in the front line, but getting zoned out by the enemy Brigitte. And there's some shatter coming down from Waterloo as well. Everybody from Waterloo on the point at this point, just trying to not get staggered and trying to keep this thing alive. They're over 3/4 of the way there. There is the Death Blossom available. He's going to pop it when he's extremely low, but he's going to at least get Cammy's Brigitte. And this fight will barely live on. Still sitting at that 3/4 mark as the point will get captured. Well fought from Waterloo, well fought from Saints. Good games to all. Bit of a rough night overall for the Saints, but a very, very strong and very well fought game from Waterloo, with Nexify getting the play of the game. Yeah, this must have been during the first crack at this. Got so much healing with that Kamehameha, just going through everybody. Heals and damage galore. Nicely done there from Nexify.